Season 1, Episode 8, The Infernal Internship of Mark Beaks. Yeah, it's nothing!
Yeah.
I mean, he sells it well.
That is a pretty clever thing there.
Yeah, but...
But
it's also kind of a jerk move there.
yeah, serious dick move.
Meanwhile, Scrooge and Flintheart are just, back there scheming. Well, mostly Flintheart scheming and Scrooge going, why?
Well, where did the sparks come from? Oh, I know a guy.
Yeah, I got a great shark guy
Yeah,
who loves to be part of my evil plans.
yeah.
That's really you do.
If you don't own an aquarium, but you have a shark guy, you might want to just check yourself, make sure you're not a villain. You just
Or
maybe not, but you should probably, give yourself a quick check over, make sure you're not a villain. It's just if you have a shark guy, but you aren't in charge of an aquarium,
Especially if
should.
those sharks happen to have laser beams.
Sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their freaking heads.
Yes.
that would be awesome.
Yeah, I think if you've got a shark guy and a laser guy,
You may just be a villain.
yes, you just may be a supervillain in the making, or already a supervillain, one of the two. I mean, it's not exclusive. You don't have to have sharks and laser beams if you're a villain, but it's a good sign that a villain thing is happening if those two are available. Unless you're doing like a Siegfried and Roy style shark show with lasers.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a pretty big if.
Yes, I'm pointing out exceptions. Again, just because you have sharks and lasers doesn't mean you're a villain. But I would definitely take it as a sign you might want to check and make sure you're not.
Yeah.
Marine biologist.
What? Why the lasers?
Maybe to see if sharks are like cats and see if they'll chase the laser.
Okay.
Your mind is a wonder, Maidrock.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder.
It does.
I'm still alive.
No. That's handled, down lower on the brain. That one I'm not too worried about. See other stuff that's got me concerned.
Wrong kind of. How did you not die of stupidity yet?
I have several times already. My mind is an enigma that does not understand itself.
Dude, did you just regenerate every time you died?
Yeah.
He's the on the bell curve. He's the other side of the bell curve from the Doctor. He's that end of the Time Lord spectrum.
I'm Doctor What?
He regenerates, and he's got all the Time Lord goodies. But it's just on the other side of the bell curve.
He's basically Madame Kavarian's experiment gone wrong. You know, River Song is getting it right. He's on the other end of that. He is the experiment gone wrong.
Anyway, enough digging at Maidrock. Yeah,
It's too.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we have, and we have with Huey and Dewey taking on the internship. It's their styles are very different. Just Huey is just, this is what's supposed to be done, and this is what we're supposed to do, and this is what we'll be doing, and Dewey is just like, I have a briefcase with a lock on it.
I only thought this episode would have worked with Louie as well. Like, instead of Dewey, Louie.
Yeah. Huey had to be Huey. That you need him to be the junior woodchuck,
Yeah. That it had to be Huey.
Lawful good,
The other one could have been pretty much either.
Yeah. But you had to have the lawful good in there for the comparison. It's like, and the pizza thing, that was kind of just like, he's going around trying to figure out what everybody's got and getting everything nailed down, and and then just like, dude's like, pizza?
Everybody loves pizza.
That is true.
It depends, though. Some people can't have certain things on their pizza.
True.
Some people can only have like the sauce because they got celiac disease and they're lactose intolerant.
True.
Yeah.
But you can have any kind of pizza with gluten-free crust and like soy cheese or whatever.
Yeah, but you'd have to find a specialty shop that does that.
Yeah. Places don't have that kind of
Yeah, you'd have to make a special trip out to some artisanal pizza place that out in the hippie end of town and just go, yeah, I need a gluten-free pizza with soy cheese.
Yeah.
As hot as you can get it, because I gotta go pick up some more pizzas from someplace else.
Yeah.
Thing.
That I mean, it is possible, but it's really doubtful to have at a have as a lunch for everybody.
Yeah.
And then there are some people who can't, who don't eat meat, and they can have just cheese. So, I mean, he did have a big handful of pizzas, so.
Yeah, he probably got a wide variety. It's sort of the shotgun. You like, if you get if you get like a veggie lovers and
a cheese and a meat lovers.
Yeah, if you're getting like 10 pizzas, get a veggie, get a cheese, and then get a bunch of pepperoni. Basically, pepperoni is like it's if you're gonna have pizza, it's like the most popular pizza there is.
You got hungry.
Yeah,
oh,
but
come
you
on.
have one just cheese.
Yeah, just one cheese for people who don't want toppings. And then a bunch of pepperoni. Maybe throw a sausage in there. But
maybe a lover or something.
And don't want to get too, if you're buying it on the company dime, pepperoni is about, with a single topping's usually pretty good. course, that's my own, save the company money, because then, it's a long, so let's see.
That place is not very conducive to actual work. How the hell are you supposed to use a stapler made of candy?
Very carefully and very
Lick it.
sticky.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
why are you sticky again? Not what it looks like. I swear. Stapler.
Sure, stapler.
That Madrox used to working with sticky things. So.
Yeah, and only half the time it's because of me.
You trailed off there. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah,
It's best you didn't.
Okay. What's brown and sticky? A stick.
I'm gonna slap you now.
What?
I'm gonna slap you for that horrible joke.
Too bad you cannot do this to the internet.
One sec, I'm getting a plane ticket.
oh yeah, that reminds me. One of my coworkers is from Texas. She wants to know what part of Texas you're from because apparently certain parts are bad.
Wait, there are good parts?
Yes, and
Yeah, I was surprised about that too, but
well, it depends on what you think are bad, and there depends on what depends
well,
on your
she
point of
said,
view. There are
yeah.
boring parts. I'll give you that. Like places that it's a one-horse town, and there's just not a lot to do. But
Well, who doesn't like horses?
maybe after the stream, don't want to get too detailed in where I am on the
True.
stream. But let's see, yeah, and then we have the antagonist for the whole thing, Falcon Graves, a saboteur who's been hired to steal Beaks' secret project. Ta-da!
Not a saboteur, a corporate spy. There's a
Wasn't
difference.
really on the point of why.
A saboteur is meant to destroy something. A corporate spy is meant to steal details.
I was just reading it from the wiki. Let's see. Yeah, and Huey's okay. So he's going around keeping Graves busy with saying, "Oh, we will do this to keep them from keep the calmness down." Uh, Huey's persistence and lawful nature helps him out because he actually, if he had wanted the internship at the end, he would have gotten it because he actually delivered the coffee precisely on time. um,
Chaotic world do you think I live in? Having my 12:15 coffee at 12:14 or whatever the first number was. I just remember it was 14.
yeah, it doesn't matter. He was a minute too early.
Yeah,
Uh,
like half a minute because by the time Huey got up there right behind him,
though,
it's exactly on time.
yeah, though it reminds me now that Dewey does get made vice president with Huey under him because of the suitcase or the briefcase rather.
It's like, I won, but how did I end up losing?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they finally go to Tada, and it's all just hype. And Graves is, was figured out. Graves was just he was just somebody that Beaks sort of pulled the strings on to, he hired him himself so that he would
So
raise his profile with the.
really,
Because what's the point of having this hype thing you want to, if nobody's trying to steal it? It's like, that's the whole
I,
way he's building his
if
hype
I
is.
if I were Graves, I would have been suspicious when he's like just taking selfies constantly, completely unconcerned. Oh yeah, cool. Look at this. I'm being kidnapped. I'm a hostage. Neato.
But yeah, but yeah, they both have Huey and Dewey in this episode both have sort of their strengths revealed. Dewey is he can muddle through and
He's a fake it till you make it.
yeah, he's a fake it till you make it sort of fellow, and you know, creative in that way. Huey is more diligent and
Which makes sense as far as when they're going on adventures. You notice Dewey is more the jumping into the danger and I don't know how we're going to solve this. Let's just, Dewey it.
Sounds like me.
He always has that pun.
well, considering this is the seventh episode, eighth episode, depending on how you count them. I don't have the luxury of knowing all of that. As is a pattern, given only how many I've seen. See. So they get into a scrape, and Huey's thinking gets them past some stuff. The whole trampolines, that was a Chekhov's gun. It's like he has giant trampolines in his front area of his business. And this is a cartoon.
How many freaking phones does he have?
All of them.
Yes. Until it's kind of that strategic thing, like how the Legolas only runs out of arrows at the most inopportune moment. He runs out of phones just at the most inopportune moments. But yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. And in the end, the whole scheming of Glomgold is still going on because he delivers the letter for the yacht party that Beaks, he was going to invite Beaks to kill him. We also find out that a lot of these plans that he came up with were also, he already had them in place because he was going to use them against Scrooge.
Yeah.
I forget exactly how it is, but it's just like Scrooge it's really shoddily done, and Scrooge is marked out, and Mark Beaks. It's like,
Throw him in the lava. He apparently has a list of all the active volcanoes and a shark guy
And a yacht.
and a yacht.
But that's less suspicious of a billionaire. It's like,
A yacht
yes.
buffet. I'm not for one guy. I'm not paying for that. We'll use my yacht.
Well, I mean, at least he doesn't have a cat.
Yeah, but I mean, he does have the fake beard.
True. It's like, how long did it take you to plan this? 6 months? And it's like, I don't want to talk about it.
No, wait, don't move. Oh, it's a good thing you moved. Otherwise, you would have been horribly mutilated. I don't know if you've been planning that. Let's see. It's more than 6 months, isn't it?
It's good to see best friends together.
You know how many people ship those two? It's
Probably
creepy.
more, and I'm imagining artwork that I do not want to imagine.
Like, there are people who ship them so hardcore that I've seen them listed using account names like Glomgay.
Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, heaven, God, have mercy on your soul.
Anyway, any
Oh,
last thoughts on this one?
yeah, he was right. That place does have crappy security. But $20 million in that thing.
Yeah.
And also, a quick trivia fact. This episode takes place in universe on April 18th, which happens to be David Tennant's birthday. That's from the wiki.
Oh, cool.